doing? Okay, it's my first time, so be gentle. I'm sure you can tell I'm not from around here. I moved here about a year ago from Charleston, South Carolina. I gotta tell you, it's different down there. What's the first thing you think of when you think of the South, once you look past all the racism and homophobia and sexism and all that other terrible stuff? What's the first thing?
Barbecue. Tobacco.
Barbecue, tobacco, or Southern hospitality, right? A bunch of really nice people down there, as long as you're not any type of minority, which is weird. But I thought it was weird, people talk about Southern hospitality all the time. Did y'all ever hear anybody talk about Northern hospitality? Before I got up here, I was like, there's no way that there's a whole region of people where everybody's a dick. Now that I'm here, boy, was I fucking wrong. Everyone here is an asshole. All of you. If you're here right now, you guys, you're probably really cool and stuff, but all those other people, they fucking suck. They're really mean. But it's almost a little refreshing, right? There's none of that fake, nice bullshit. Everybody just says whatever they want. I had this epiphany the first time I went to the Big Y. If you don't know what the Big Y is, that's because it's a very terribly named grocery store. It sounds more like something your stepmom would call the YMCA when she's trying to be hip, But don't fret, I did figure out why they call it that. It's because when you pick out your 8 items and you get up to the cash register, they tell you it's going to be $114. You have a real big why the fuck did I shop here moment. But the price is one thing, right? You also have to think about the atmosphere and the quality and the people and how much all of that also sucks. I don't know why anybody fucking shops there. It's a terrible fucking store. I don't know how they're staying in business. Everything's way too expensive and they're all mean. So I went to this grocery store. I was getting my items. One thing that is good about these bougie grocery stores is that they usually have pretty good sandwiches and food there. So I noticed they had a sandwich counter, so I thought, maybe I'll pick up some lunch for me and my wife. And I want to explain to you my interaction with the sandwich counter. Well, with the woman behind the counter. It'd be weird to have an interaction with the counter. I digress. Okay. So let me paint the picture for you. It's a normal sandwich counter, right? Plexiglass, menus. I presume you know what a sandwich counter looks like. And there's a sign in the top left that says order here, and on the right it says pick up here. And there's nobody else around, nobody even within earshot. I'm standing off to the right of the sandwich counter and looking at the menu, which is a universal message where I'm not fucking ready yet. And the woman walks up and she says, "Do you want something?" And I thought to myself, don't we all want something? Isn't it just basic human nature to want? And then it hit me, oh, you're not being existential. You're being a cunt. I roll with that. Roll with that. Fine. Yeah, yes ma'am, I do want something. And she gave me one of these and gestured at the order here sign. And I looked at the order here sign, and I looked at her, and I looked at the pick up here sign, and I looked back at her, and I did one of these numbers. And she said, "Okay, what do you want?" I said, "What the fuck are we doing right now?" You know what? I need a sandwich. You need to not get fired, I presume. Let's just continue with this interaction. And I just let it roll off like I bought it off the duck's back. So the menu was a little bit interesting. It had a plethora of cold sandwiches, but under hot sandwiches there's only 2 options. The first one was a meatball sub, and the second one was an Italian sausage. I'm not sure if that's considered a sandwich, but I'm not up for a debate right now. So my wife wanted an Italian sandwich, but she wanted it hot. So I asked the woman what I thought was a very simple question. It would not lead to any issues. I said, "Can you make a hot Italian?" She said, "What is that?" Have you ever been asked a question that's so ridiculously stupid that the only thing you can do is repeat the words you already said in a different order? Because that's how I felt in this moment, and that's what I did. I said, "It is an Italian that's hot." She said, "You mean you want it toasted?" If that's how you make shit hot, then yes. I don't want you to put it in the fucking dishwasher. She said, "The toaster's new." Is it fucking hooked up? What are we doing? Oh God. Okay, I'm done. Give me my fucking sandwich. So after I got my sandwiches, I realized that I needed one more item off my list, and I could not find it. So what do you do when you're in the grocery store and you can't find something you're looking for? What do you do? Walk around Walk around aimlessly until you find it. Yeah, if you're a grown-up, you ask for help. But if you're you or my wife, you walk around aimlessly for 45 minutes and then give up. So I was looking for the seasonings. So I approached somebody who looked like they would know where they were. A managerial type man wearing a tie, name tag. I think he worked there. And I said, "Excuse me, sir, do you know where I can find the seasonings?" And he looked me dead in my eyes and said, "I don't know." And I said, "Me fucking neither." So I walked away, and that was it. That was the end of the conversation. I walked away. And as I was walking away, he said, "Wait." I said, "Yes." "Do you mean spices?" I said, "Yeah, I guess I do." "They're not called seasonings." Okay. And that was it. He still didn't fucking tell me where they were. So then I went to the spices aisle and picked up my Italian seasoning and put it in my cart. And that conversation really stuck with me. Because it must be so interesting to have a job where somebody can ask you a question that you should definitely know the answer to, and you can just say, "I don't know, it's not my fucking problem." Like, what if somebody was like, "Chase, how are you gonna finish your set tonight?" And I just looked them dead in their fucking soul and said, "I don't know, it's not my fucking problem."